There are 3 levels. God stored his power at 3 levels. The highest level for accessing spiritual power is through intimacy with God. That's the highest level. The highest dimension of spiritual power that can come into a believer's life is accessed through intimacy. Are we learning already? Number 2, the second level of spiritual power is accessed through the understanding and adherence to laws, not just spiritual laws, laws and principles generally. There is a dimension of the deposit of God's power that is in laws. The law of gravity, the law of aerodynamics, the law of seed time and harvest. And this dimension of God's power does not depend on knowing him. It does not depend on acknowledging his lordship. It is purely a product of understanding. Are we together? And application. Who is learning now? So the next time you say, why are people prospering without God? It is because they have mastered how to tap into this second layer of God's power. It is not relationship dependent. It's not the highest level of power, but if you ever see it produce, it's because the power of God is behind it. Now, the third level of power comes through covenant alignment. You don't need to know God. You don't need to understand the laws of the kingdom, but you can become a beneficiary of the spiritual atmosphere of one who understands that law and is engaging it. An example of such we see is Lot's prospering. You see that Lot's prosperity had nothing to do with wisdom. Classically speaking, wealth is connected to wisdom, but we don't find Lot behaving as a wise man. He only followed Abraham, but everything Abraham had, Lot had. And when they separated, the first decision Lot made landed him in Sodom and Gomorrah. There are certain possibilities that happen to men. I am telling you this. It's not a proof of their spiritual health. It's not even a proof of their consecration nor their obedience. They are fortunate to come under a spiritual climate, either a church they are part of or a man of God whose covenant with God can speak for them. You will find them manifesting possibilities and their spiritual lives cannot defend it. Is the reason why you cannot use results alone to test spirituality, because someone can be enjoying possibilities that is not a product of his prayer life, it's not a product of his fasting. He is a beneficiary of a man's intercession. He is a beneficiary of a man's giving. Is there any man in the house of Saul that I may show kindness for Jonathan's sake?